Welcome back to the channel. It's Danny from Somewhere in Metal. Hope you're all good. Back tonight with a video called the Cassette Tag. My last video, the Metal Tag, was super enjoyable. Lots of good content on YouTube. Lots of great videos to watch. Got some good feedback on the video that I made, and while I was rumbling through YouTube, managed to stumble across the Cassette Tag. Seems to be mainly a US tag. I might be wrong with that, but that's where it seems to have originated from. The channel responsible is Two from the Trunk. I actually stumbled across it on Analog Archives, one of the metal guys in the US, and thought, yeah, why not? Let's give it a go. Got lots of tapes, love collecting tapes. So yeah, without further ado, let's get stuck into it. First question, why do you still collect cassettes? To be honest, I've always loved cassettes. I've always loved the portability of cassettes when I was younger. You know, you're living with your parents when you're really young, and then you just think, listen, I need to get out of the house. Hopefully someone's got a car. Then you've got the tape player. Fast forward, rewind all the time, playing your favourite tracks. And it was just, yeah, a really great format back in the day. You had the Walkmans. You could go out, you know, and you've got your music with you on the go, all that sort of stuff. So always really liked them. I think now when I've got back into them, because I still had some old tapes, but then I've really got into it in the last couple of years, bought quite a lot of cassettes. The actual feel of the cassette now is so much smaller. Well, it seems so much smaller than what it was when I was younger. And yeah, just a really cool OG format. I think, you know, a lot of people are not fans of cassettes just because potentially they think the sound is not as good. To be honest, I've bought about 160, 170 tapes in the last few years. I've probably got two that I listen to and I think, yeah, that's not great, but the rest of them are absolutely bang on. So yeah, really enjoy collecting them. They're still a decent price, and yeah, there's just something nice and cultish about them. So yeah, that's me. Favorite artist or band on cassette? Probably the one that I've got the most of is Suicidal Tendencies. Always loved the band since the self-titled, to Join the Army, to How Will I Laugh Tomorrow, and so on. Solid catalogue, and I've got a few on cassette. First one, Controlled by Hatred, Feel Like Shit, Deja Vu. Unreasonable Nick, this one on Epic. Next up, I've got How Will I Laugh Tomorrow, absolute banger. When I first heard this, I just thought, wow, totally into thrash at the time. Join the Army was superb. This came along and it just blew me away. It just was such a classy record, but with some real, you know, some real great riffs, great attitude, such coolness. Yeah, what a band they were at the time. This one's on Virgin. Again, great Nick. Next one, another absolute classic. Lights, Camera, Revolution. Again, this one's on Epic too. Yeah, really good condition. Plays excellently. And finally, we've got The Art of Rebellion. Another great record. And this is also on Epic. Right, okay, next question. Show your best sounding cassette. Bit tricky, this one, because yeah, I wouldn't call myself an audiophile. They all sound pretty good to me, but I think two cassettes that stand out. I think the newer cassettes that you can buy now, obviously the cost of making cassettes has brought them back and they've become popular again, so a lot of bands are releasing on CD, vinyl and cassette. Some of those newer cassettes, obviously just because they're newer and probably the way they're made, the sound on them is a little bbit better than what they used to be. One of those which is an absolute classic, Exodus, Bonded by Blood. This is a new release. There you go. Yeah, great sounding cassette, really good. Obviously, you all know this album, absolute classic. And the other one is Pink Floyd, A Division Bell. Not the best album in my opinion. Still great to have, you know, a Pink Floyd album at that point in time. A Momentary Lapse of Reason around that era is probably better in my opinion. But yeah, this is a real beast of a tape in terms of content, and yeah, in true Pink Floyd style, it sounds absolutely great. So yeah, that's that. Okay, moving on to the next question. Biggest cassette find. I've had quite a lot, to be honest, and I've got two here, which who knows what they're worth. It's not really important to me. At the time when I found them, they were a massive find for me, so that's what I'm basing it on. One of them is still in shrink wrap, unbelievably. I'm not entirely sure what year it was released, but where I bought it from a second-hand store in Manchester, and it's The Doors, LA Woman, and this is apparently it's an OG from Korea on Warner Music. Yeah, I don't know why I've not took the shrink wrap off. It's not like that I'm going to sell it, but I just thought for the fact that it's still on, obviously I've heard it many times, I'll leave the shrink wrap on anyway. But yeah, that was picked up for a good price, and yeah, seems to be a rare find, certainly. The other one is the legendary album Black Sabbath, Master of Reality. This is a OG, 1971 on WWA, the label. There's the cassette in really good nick, plays really well, and yeah, just a wonderful record. So yeah, they're the two finds, best finds. Show a mixtape. So haven't got many mixtapes. I did stumble across a few a couple of years ago. Are they mixtapes? Well, they're tapes with albums on that have still got the text on the front. So yeah, I thought you'd be interested to see this one. So this is 2 albums, 1 tape. It's on the famous BISF manufacturer, and I think you can see MOD, Surfing MOD on one side, and Testament, The Legacy, with my poor attempt at writing the Testament logo on the tape. Still plays well. Fantastic. 2 fantastic albums. I think Surfing MOD, a little bit lighter than the earlier stuff, a little bit more humorous, but yeah, still fully enjoyed listening to that back in the day, and it's great listen now. I've also got it on vinyl. There you go. That's Megaforce Records, original. I haven't actually got the Legacy on any format, unbelievably. So that is my only copy of the Legacy, and it's something I've been meaning to pick up for a long time. So I'll be able to snag that hopefully soon. Next question: best live cassette. Well, this one was an absolute find in the local record shop. They usually just have 70s stuff, a bit of 80s pop, the odd, you know, Magnum album or, you know, Rush album or something like that. And one day I was just in there chatting to the owner, looked behind, and just on the shelf, he'd not really put it out yet, but he had that double cassette, which I absolutely had to have. £2.99, £2.99 for this beauty. Little bit of wear and tear on the box, but still absolutely great condition. Just show you what's on the back in terms of songs. 2 cassettes, There you go. And there you go. And this is on, who's it on? Let me see. Deaf American. Yeah. There you go. And this comes with a fantastic little booklet. I mean, this is why I love cassettes, you know, getting a double cassette like this and getting a fantastic mini little book. R.I.P. Jeff Hanneman there. But yeah, superb. One of my favourite cassettes in the collection, and obviously one of my favourite live ones as well. There you go, you get the gist. But yeah, fantastic. Okay, so 3 questions left. Cassette box set. Okay, right, I'm planning to do a couple of videos with 2 of my box sets. This is one of them. I don't see it that often on YouTube, but this is Celtic Frost and the Sign of the Usurper. Hopefully you can see on the back what's included. But you have Morbid Tales rehearsal session, Emperor's Return recording session, to Megatherion, Into the Pandemonium recorded session bonus tracks. I'll give you a little look at it because it's an absolute cracking box set. Few postcards. Yeah, classic cover, Emperor's Return. Look at that, brilliant. Into the Pandemonium, also superb. And let me see, yeah, it's on Darkness Shall Rise Productions. This is 445 of 1000. Couple of posters. They're not too big, so you should be able to see them. Just like the box. Also got the band shot, double-sided. One more, I think, is there? No, two more posters. Is a gig flyer. Let me see. There you go. And then, oh yeah, some signatures on the back as well, which I didn't notice before. There you go, fantastic. Okay. Superb, thick booklet. Lots of content. I won't go through it all. I'll go through it more in a later video. But yeah, lots of interviews, flyers, pictures, fantastic stuff. Superb patch, which I've kept in the box, but I may put it on a jacket at some point. Sign of the Usurper badge. So as you can see, I mean, it's mega content. It's just a superb overall package. Don't think you can get it brand new now, but you might be able to snag it on eBay if you're lucky. Okay. Pin badge. Into the Pandemonium recording sessions. Emperor's Return. Lovely green tape. Morbid Tales. and a couple more into the pandemonium. Morbid Tales rehearsal sessions. And finally to Megatherion on a nice silver tape. So yeah, I will be opening these at some point. I've had it about a year now, but I need to dig into it, give it a good listen. So I'll do another video on it and just give you my thoughts. Okay, 2 more questions. Show a portable or any cassette player. So I've got a couple of cassette players that I use. One is Sony Megabass, old school, original, from back in the day. Still works brilliantly well, no issues at all. With the clip on the back. Yeah. And also, in case that fails me, I've got this new player by a company in France called We Are Rewind. Slightly more modern, obviously. Great aluminium material, quality feel to it. Also has Bluetooth. You can wire your headphones in. Rechargeable, great battery life. I couldn't really tell you how it sounds. It sounds good to me. That's all I know, to be honest. But yeah, really good recreation of the classic Walkman, and it's just got that real contemporary feel, but it's also got a bit of retroness about it, which I love. So yeah, they're the main things that I play on, and I've also got a separate with my hi-fi which I play, which is a vintage Technics silver one. I don't know what the model number is, but it's really good. It's never let me down. Okay, last question. This is just an additional question which I picked up off one of the other tags, but I thought it was quite relevant to me. A cassette that is special to you. My first bit of music that I bought when I was a kid, I bought it in a little shop called W.H. Smith. Anyone from the UK knows W.H. Smith. It's like a place that sells books, magazines, newspapers, sweets, all that sort of stuff. In the 80s, they used to sell a lot of records and tapes and CDs and things like that, which they don't do now. But I remember going in with my mum and dad, and that's what I bought. Now that's what I call music too. Double cassette. And this was when I was heavily into the charts and the top 40. And for people in the US who may not have heard of that, now that's what I'll call music. This is essentially an annual album that used to come out, still comes out actually to this day, and it just picks off the greatest hits from the year and puts them on two cassettes, record or CD, and that's what it was. On Virgin EMI, and some of the classic tracks on it: Queen, Radio Gaga, Thompson Twins, Hold Me Now, Nick Kershaw, yeah, Hot Chocolate, Cyndi Lauper, Nina, 99 Red Balloons, Tracy Ullman. So yeah, all the classic 80s artists. Still an enjoyable listen, to be fair. But yeah, that's special to me because that got me on the path to collecting music. And yeah, there you go. Okay, that's it. Hopefully people will find this video interesting and also maybe pick up doing a cassette tag themselves. It'd be great if you do. It'd be good to watch. Keep the cassette alive. It's back and I still love it, and I'm always on the lookout for classic tapes. Thanks for watching. If you like the content, please subscribe, like, etc., all that sort of stuff. And yeah, any comments welcome, and I'll see you next time. Take care. All the best.